Your grandpa's savings got murdered in 1971. Is it your turn in 2026? The sharpest minds on Wall Street are stuck in a nightmare they can't wake up from. The dollar is dying while Bitcoin and crypto continue to climb, and every tick of the debt clock is another nail in the greenback's coffin. You feel the squeeze already. Utility bills that look like ransom notes. Gas prices that mock your paycheck. Savings that shrink while the Fed swears everything is transitory. Transitory my ass. We're staring at a $36 trillion debt monster that adds $1.2 trillion in interest alone every 365 days. That's more than the entire defense budget in 2001. More than Medicare. And soon, more than Social Security. And the only cure Congress can stomach is the same poison that got us here. Fire up the money printer, baby. But here's the secret plot twist that'll flip your brain inside out. Bitcoin doesn't need a bull market. It just needs the dollar to continue to keep committing suicide. Every fresh trillion the Treasury vomits into existence is rocket fuel strapped to Bitcoin's back. Everyone thinks they're waiting for the crypto to the moon. Well, that's wrong. You're watching the greatest currency collapse in slow motion, 4K, surround sound, front row seat. Picture this like a blockbuster thriller. Act 1, the empire looks invincible. Act 2, the cracks appear. Act 3, the hero doesn't save the day. He just walks away with the gold while the palace burns in the distance. That hero, a 21 million cap digital fortress called Bitcoin, and his friends, altcoins and tech cryptocurrencies. The palace, every fiat promise Uncle Sam ever made. Let's zoom out so far that your eyes water. Every superpower that ever overdosed on debt followed the exact same script. Rome in the 3rd century. Emperors clipped coins, wars bled the treasury. Savers clutching the denarii woke up paupers while landowners sipped wine on villas paid for with real dirt. Weimar Republic in 1923. Wheelbarrows of marks couldn't buy bread, but the guy with a single gold Krugerrand bought the bakery. 1971, the Nixon shock. Vietnam bills and the Great Society equals dollar untethered from gold. Anyone holding cash got hosed. Anyone in oil, real estate, or early IBM printed millionaires. Let me take you back to 1971. Your grandpa, salt of the earth, saved every dime in a passbook account. Watched Nixon go on TV and lie through his teeth. Temporary suspension, he called it. Well, that temporary severed the dollar from gold and kicked off a 50-year slow bleed. The same dollar that bought a new Ford truck in 1971 now buys a Happy Meal. Grandpa's savings, 96% of purchasing power, genocide. Only he didn't lose it to thieves. He lost it to the system. The same system that's now $36 trillion in the hole and counting. You think lightning doesn't strike twice. Well, it's not lightning. It's arrhythmic. And the storm's already here. 2008 insanity. Housing implodes. Bernanke hits. Control P. Mattress money rots. Satoshi's white paper drops. And the geeks buying pizza with $10,000 Bitcoin in 2010. They're living in the Hamptons. Pattern recognition, folks. Trigger, print, currency dies, hard cap assets eats the carcass. In 2025 is just the latest rerun. Only this time the interest bill alone equals the 2001 Pentagon. Now, I know what the talking heads on the cable scream. Crypto crash, bubble, tulips. Like always, they're staring through the wrong end of the telescope. This isn't Bitcoin going up. It's the dollar hemorrhaging purchasing power faster than a busted artery. Early holders aren't getting rich. They're watching their Bitcoin buy more tomatoes, more trucks, and more freedom, while your 401k needs a magnifying glass. Let's run the numbers even a 5th grader can crunch. 21 million Bitcoin is all there is and all ever will be. It's a hard cap. Versus, what exactly? $36 trillion in debt today, $2 trillion added every year like clockwork, and $1.2 trillion in interest that grows faster than Congress grows a spine. To balance the books at current rates, you need to enact Social Security by 60%, or mail every citizen a $10,000 tax bill. Good luck selling that in election year. Only one door left. Inflate the debt away. Every $1 trillion printed equals roughly 5% shaved off the dollar's value, equals roughly 5% surge in Bitcoin's dollar price. But wait, there's a deeper layer most miss. The infrastructure everyone yaps about isn't flashy DeFi apps or cartoon apes. It's the US Treasury itself, morphing into the world's biggest yield curve control junkie. Negative real rates mean your savings earn 0.5%, while inflation eats 8%. That's a guaranteed 7.5% in annual theft legalized with a smile. Bitcoin. Zero counterparty risk. Perfect audit trail. Seizable only if you tattoo your seed phrase on your forehead. Digital gold that teleports and can't be inflated. Altcoins. Think silver, copper, pickaxes in the 1849 California. The whole boat rises when the dollar drowns. Forget meme coins. The real pickaxes are boring, unsexy, and printing money. Technology altcoins, and they are making investors rich. Picture Uncle Sam as the drunk miner at the saloon, trading his claim for another round of whiskey. Bitcoin is the untouched vein he's too hammered to stake. You're not buying Bitcoin. You're shorting the Fed's balance sheet with a 21 million unit hedge. Let's put a live ticker on this bitch. Right now, every second the US racks up $38 trillion in new debt, that's a brand new Lamborghini Huracan every 3 seconds. By 2026, interest payments hit $1.7 trillion, more than the GDP of Canada, Australia, and South Korea combined. And picture this, a digital clock in the Treasury building, red numbers spinning like a casino slot machine. Except the jackpot is your kid's future. Tick, tock. Every zero added to the debt is another zero removed from the dollar's value. And every zero removed from the dollar, that's a zero added to Bitcoin's price. BlackRock isn't stacking Bitcoin for shits and giggles. Fidelity isn't launching spot ETFs because they love orange coins. BlackRock, $10 trillion under assets under management, just filed to custody Bitcoin directly in their Aladdin platform. That's the same system that runs 70% of Wall Street's risk models. Their 13F shows a $2.1 billion in spot Bitcoin ETFs as of Q3. Larry Fink, the former bond king, now calls Bitcoin digital gold on earnings calls. Fidelity, 1.2 million client accounts opted into Bitcoin exposure just last quarter. Nation states, El Salvador balance sheet, 5,821 Bitcoin. Bhutan Sovereign Fund, over 13,000 Bitcoin and counting. These aren't gamblers, they aren't stupid. These are the smartest vultures on the planet circling the dollar's corpse, and they're buying with both fists before the public smells blood. Nation states from El Salvador to Bhutan are mining and hoarding because they read the same history book that you just skimmed. When interest hits $1.7 trillion in 2026, more than the entire GDP of Canada, the printer redlines. That's the avalanche. You're not early, you're on time, before the debt ceiling circus turns into a 3-ring shit show. Still think this is speculation? Well, let's talk shovels. Think of the dot-com boom. Pets.com died, but Amazon servers kept humming. The guys who own the fiber, the routers, the cloud backbone, they're the ones sipping Mai Tais on yachts. Same game, new table. Bitcoin is the reserve vein. Altcoin and tech cryptos are the rails, the oracles, the layer 2 toll roads. When the dollar's corpse floats downstream, every boat in Crypto Harbor gets lifted. You keep hearing bubble because the old lens only sees dollar prices. Flip the lens, measure in Bitcoin. Suddenly, your house, your brokerage account, your pension, they're the ones crashing. A Big Mac that cost 0.00001 Bitcoin in 2020 might cost 0.00005 Bitcoin in 2028. That's not the burger getting cheaper. That's not crypto getting stronger. That's the dollar needing a walker. We're not early. We're on time. Here's the 5-stage barber test. Stage 1. Only weirdos on Reddit, 2017. Stage 2. BlackRock files nation states buy, which is now. Stage 3. Your CPA asks if you own any, 2026. Stage 4. Your barber gives crypto advice, 2027. Stage 5. CNBC says Bitcoin is the new reserve, and that's already too late. We're now in stage 2, and by the time CNBC runs the Chiron of Bitcoin, the new global reserve, you'll need 0.01 Bitcoin for a latte. This window won't be open forever though. Stage 4 is coming, but by then, it will be too late. If you ever wondered how to spot the next Microsoft, the next Amazon, the next Google, then I want you to meet the man who connected these dots like a grandmaster playing 5D chess, a legendary entrepreneur and investing insider who recently broke down this entire phenomena in an eye-opening podcast interview explaining how all this works and why 2026 could mark the biggest financial window of our lifetime, and why these technology cryptos are already disrupting every major industry from healthcare to logistics. If you care about where the world is heading, or how to navigate it before the rest of the world catches on, you need to see that conversation. It's 100% free to watch, and it might be the most important hour you spend this year. Click the link in the description to go watch this important podcast interview right now about the coming $500 trillion technology crypto boom, and why 2026 could be the biggest financial window of our lifetime. Watch the interview right now to find out how easy it is to make some easy investments. Click the link below now to watch this coming interview.